Congressman Cline, great to see you today. Thanks so much for being with us.
Great to be with you. Thanks for having me.
Well, first off, let's talk about these documents. Now we're learning there could be classified materials that definitely involve Ukraine and Iran, according to a source. We talk about the weaponization of the DOJ under Biden. Now there's this investigation. Obviously, there's a question about what was classified, why was it in a private office, and who might have had access to this. How concerned are you about these new developments about what this source is telling CNN?
Well, extremely concerned. And, it's about time that Congress take a look at what this administration has been up to. Only too soon that, we are finally going to be able to establish this committee to investigate the weaponization of the federal government. And we've got great leaders like James Comer at Oversight, Jim Jordan at Judiciary, ready to take a leadership role in holding accountable this administration and getting to the bottom of what Joe Biden knew about his family's business dealings. The fact that these documents related to Ukraine sends alarm bells ringing. And so those are going to have to be investigated. And I think there's going to be a lot of discussion about that as we move forward.
Certainly does, unless you're in the mainstream media, which doesn't seem to be picking up on this story. Perhaps now it will. We want to mention UPenn has denied allegations that there was anonymous donor money coming from China, but many are pressing for an investigation into following a money trail here. You mentioned this new subcommittee, Congressman, which will be led by Jim Jordan. It is obviously going to focus on a lot of different things, including how people, were labeled domestic terrorists. You're in Virginia. Parents that showed up at school board meetings got the attention of Merrick Garland's DOJ while we have a southern border that's, completely open, fentanyl's pouring across. I mean, with your constituents in Virginia, this has definitely been a focus for them as well, to have to fight just to be able to protect their kids.
Oversight is one of our top priorities as Congress. We do have to be proper stewards of taxpayer finances. The appropriations process is important, but oversight is key. And if Congress is not providing oversight over the administration, then the administration is going to likely take advantage of the situation. And so we owe it to the taxpayers, the American people, to look into exactly what this administration has been up to, especially with regard to issues like the open border, the fact that Secretary Mayorkas knew about the open borders, continue to allow the open borders. They've done nothing to address the drugs, the human trafficking, the sex trafficking that are coming into this country, the humanitarian crisis at the border. It's really criminal behavior that's going on, and we need to find out first how much the president knew, and second, we need to take action and impeach Mayorkas immediately.
Well, hopefully the Senate will follow your lead here, Congressman Cline. Speaking of the hardworking, tax-paying Americans, the IRS was on the chopping block in the first day of legislative work under Speaker McCarthy. Obviously, there was that bill now to claw back the $80 billion that would have funded more IRS agents, after we know they've targeted some of the, lowest earners, not the billionaires, not the millionaires here. Where do you see this going now over to the Senate?
Well, they, wanted to increase taxes on the American people, and they want to increase the number of Americans taxed. And so they've increased by 87,000 staff and agents, the number of IRS employees, and they're going to be increasing the number of audits. Those audits are going to be targeting not just the super rich, but hardworking Americans, small businesses. And so with that, combined with the new snooping that they're going to have into your Venmo transactions, anything above $600 is going to have to be reported to the IRS. The combination of this intrusiveness is really, really resonating with the American people. They're not going to have it. And so that's why the very first bill that we acted upon in the new Congress was to repeal funding for those 87,000 IRS staff and agents.
All right. Well, it sounds like you have a lot of work ahead. And for the Democrats, it is buckle up. Thank you so much, Congressman Ben Cline. Good to have you with us today, sir.
Thanks.
Thank you.